Kirsten with Looped In Fiber Arts. I'm going to show you how to felt your sheep or alpaca. I have an alpaca here. Kits from our shop. What you're going to find in your kit is you're going to have some roving. You're going to have your animal. They're going to have a set of ears. The alpaca ears and the sheep ears are a little bit different. And you will have a felting needle that is protected in a little plastic tube here. These are very sharp. They have barbed tips. Be very careful. First thing we're going to do is put these ears in. And you're just going to kind of wiggle it through the slot here, and very gently you're going to pull the tip through because these can tear. And there you have the ears in. And then the next step is you're going to take a strip about the width of a pencil or so of the roving. And I'm using this funky colored stuff here. I figured as long as we're felting it, I might as well do something fun, right? And you're going to take it over the head and hold it with your finger on the back here. So we're going to do a little figure of 8 with the ears. So you're going to go sort of under the nose, and I'm holding a finger here, and then in front of the ear, and then you're going to go behind the other ear, which is right here, like so, and then you're going to go under the nose, and I'm going to go behind this ear and come out in front of the other ear and under the nose, and then back up around. And so now we have his head wrapped. And the smoother job you kind of do wrapping in the beginning, the quicker your felting process is going to go. You won't have to do so much shaping. And then I usually just pull the little ears out a little bit so how I want them. But you'll have time to mess with the ears at the end here. And now I'm going to show you what we look like around the back end here. So the next thing I'm going to do is wrap the neck. And you want to wrap this, you don't want to wrap it too loose, but you don't want it to be super tight. And then I'm going to grab my next pencil piece here and just keep on wrapping. And the stuff that I'm using here is actually top. So it might be a little bit more challenging for me to needle felt for you, but I wanted to do it for our shop because we sell these too, and it's going to be super cool the way it's colored. So I'm just going to keep going here. I'm going to peel off another little layer. And then the next thing we're doing, see I'm holding right here, we're going to go from the front of the chest here down, we're going to go diagonal down to the back of the butt, and then we're going to go up, and we're going to go down to the back of the butt, and we're going to go around, and I need another piece. And what we're trying to do here is just cover up all the wood on the butt from this angle. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. So now I'm going to come down over the chest in the front here, right? And I'm going to the back. So it's kind of a little diagonal here. And we're going to cover his butt. I do like the chonk bum on these. So I like to have a little bit more coverage on the rear end. So I'm going to do one more pass here. It's going to look really cool when I felt it. All right, so now we have this body part here, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap it around the body vertically. And you can see here we have the butt fully covered, the chest is fully covered, the head is fully covered, and then I'll show you how we do the face and all with the needle vertically on the body here. And this is the part where if you want to make it fatter, you can. You can kind of shape the rump at this point. And that's what I'm going to do. I really like the chunkier rump. So I'm just going to go around his rump a little bit more here, just to give him a little chonk here. And that's it. So now you can see, now these are locks and they're very long and hairy. So you can see that I have a lot of halo on this. So here is my wrapped alpaca, and I don't have any wood showing anywhere. And now what I'm going to do is start felting. So we're going to get our needle out and being very careful you don't poke yourself. You're going to start at the face and we're going to start just kind of shaping around the face. I'll try to point to the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. And you're going to very carefully go around the ears here. And as you do this, it's going to start to thicken up. And you also want to make sure you pull your ears out. I think I got my ear a little tucked in too much. Let's pull it out here. I'm just tucking this in here because I want to see his little nose. So, and I'm going on the top of the head. And you're just going to stick this needle in kind of all around the head area. Just in and out, right along the wood. See, I'm just starting to work this back away from the nose, just so I can see the little tip of his cute nose. And be very careful that you don't stab your fingers. Always have the needle going away from where you're holding. So I'm just going to continue molding around the head here, and I got this ear pulled out. I had to rewrap because I felted through the ear, so don't do that. And the one thing I forgot to tell you is you have a bell in your kit, which for as long as we waited for those bells to come in, I can't believe that I forgot to put it, lay it out with the kit. But there is a bell that you can tie and put it around their neck. And that is, in my opinion, what really makes it. So the next thing, so now you can see I kind of have the face the way I like it. I might do a little bit more, but it's solidly fixed in there now, so I'm pretty happy with it. And my ears are free and cute. So I'm going to continue down now. So the next thing I'm going to do is the neck. And you can do this as much or as little as you want felting wise. I'm doing it a lot because this is kind of a fuzzy fiber. So I'm doing it, I'm going to probably fast forward through some of this because I'm trying to get a lot of this fuzz smoothed in as I'm felting. And the next thing now, so I've got the neck pretty solid. Now I will come back around and do some more with the neck because I like to shape it a little more at the end, but right now I'm just getting the rough outline in here. So I'm going to now move on to the chest. And this is the part where you gotta be really careful you don't stab yourself. Because I'm kind of pointing back towards my hand. And you can get here, so down to the front of the legs here, and you can put this up as high as you want. I tend to try to leave it a little bit low around the legs, but I am gonna felt right up these legs right here. And then we get to the body. And again, you can go all the different directions. There's no wrong direction for this. You're just trying to get all these fibers to stick together and floof up. And if you want to add another layer on, you want to make something thicker, you see a little patch that you're like, oh, I missed a spot. You can take a little strip of fiber and just felt it right on top. And this is the place where you can make the back and butt as fat as you want. So if you want to add a little extra on there, you sure can. And I am going to shape the belly here. So if you look here, I think it's a little hanging low right here. So I'm just going to felt that a little bit under the belly. And you can see as I'm felting it, it's just sort of pushing it in and firming it up a little bit. And you can see that it had a little bit of a blob there, like it was a little bit loose from my wrap job, and just felting it, smoothed it right down. Again, careful you don't stab yourself. I'm saying that because coming close to hitting my finger a couple times. There we go. I like that. Now it's really starting to compress down under his belly, which is what or her belly. That's what I wanted. And then the last thing you can do is do the butt here. And if you really want to, you can add a little tail. I do that on a lot of these. I'll see how this goes if we have time to do a tail here. And then I will show you our final little animal here in a minute. I am just about done. I really think I'm happy with my little alpaca. This one has a lot of halo just because of the fiber I chose. If you wanted, you could take a little piece and just felt a little bump and put a little tail on them. You do have a bell in your kit too. And what I'm going to do is just make the little bell necklace and we'll be all done. Like that. And this is fairly rubbery, so you can adjust. If you just pull on these a little bit, you can shorten it up. Depending on how long you want your bell to be. And it fits right over his head, behind her ears there. And there you have it. Your cute little felted alpaca. Enjoy.